First up, Member of Parliament for Nkoranza, Samuel Nate George, is calling for reformation at the Ghana Revenue Authority, questioning the involvement of the authority in the SML deal. According to him, the GRA should have withheld taxes from the payments made to Strategic Mobilization Limited. Speaking on Newsfile, Sam George maintained that the GRA seems to be acting under duress.
So when GRA was making payments to SML, they ought to know that they ought to have withheld taxes. But that points to the point Atta tried to make, that it appears as though the GRA itself is under duress in this deal, where officers of the GRA, because of the overwhelming influence of the patriarchs of SML and their relationship with the GRA, people are under so much duress that they are failing to even carry out the basic, forget the procurement things that I was spoken about, those are even like very complex things. The basic thing, okay, you've created looting and you are sharing. The small withholding tax, that is the base. That also, the GRA itself. So when the policeman is involved in armed robbery, who arrested?
Because if any firm in this country fails to withhold tax, the GRA, after an audit, makes the firm pay up that amount it failed to withhold.
With a penalty.
With a penalty.
With a penalty.
And the penalty is up to 300%.
Yes.
That is their own law that they implement.
So you see the earlier statement I made, and this is just one example of how the GRA itself, in fact, this is one of its core things, ensuring the payment or withholding of taxes and all of that. The point must be made that even in setting up this entity, it is someone from GRA who then goes to run the thing. So basically, it's like GRA hiving off itself, giving itself a private face, and saying to it, do their job, and now what I would have earned a salary from the taxpayer for, only a salary, let me earn a commercial interest in it. And so that's why I'm saying that, look, we need to come to that place where we admit and accept that, look, there is a need for deep reforms at the GRA. The GRA must understand what it is doing.
There's been some radical changes there in the last few months. Yeah.
Well, those changes, are they superficial? Are they consequential? Time will tell. But you see something, we need to ask ourselves very serious questions. Because as we speak, the GRA is engaged in all kinds of procurement. There's one, if I start talking about it now, you say it's not this matter. But domestic tax revenue, I'm sure you know about it. With Tata, IPMC, and all of that. Look, interesting things are going on in the GRA, which should worry any Ghanaian, because the GRA sets its own question, sets its marking scheme, and answers it.
Meanwhile, Vice President of Imani Africa, Bryce Simmons, is accusing the Strategic Mobilization Limited, SML, of evading taxes.
SML has been trying to convince us is that this gap between what GRA used to, the information GRA has, and the information NPA, which is the main regulator, has, was due to under-declaration. And then what you see on the screen, the green and the blue, is when they came into the picture, and they are trying to prove to you that there was a convergence. That gap vanished. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the red line that you see in the middle is the period during which is April 2020, is that period when ICAMS was integrated into GRA's platform. And if you see it carefully, you see that it comes before May 2020, when this new company, the black line that you see, the black dotted line, when this company came. So you see that the convergence, the green and the red, converging together appears before SML actually comes to the picture. Yeah. And that's what we see in the KPMG report on page 157.
Right.
And that line you see is the dates or the period in which ICAMS, which is at the port, was integrated into the GRA platform. So it tells you clearly that before SML was brought into the picture, that convergence, that narrowing of the gap between the green line, which represents the MPA data, and the red line, which represents the GRA, had already happened. You can see it clearly now. And this is in page 157 of the KPMG report. And this information the president refused to share with us. Another thing that you also see in the KPMG report that the president refused to share with us, and why, therefore, Media Foundation for West Africa and Fourth Estate had to force him to do so through the RTI process, and which, if that had not happened, we would not have known, is the fact that actually KPMG already told the president that a lot of the increases in revenue we saw was not due to SML's work, but was due to the fact that tax rates were changing. Of course, prices of petroleum have also been changing. So if petrol prices go up over time, and then you have ad valorem taxes. Those ad valorem taxes will go up.
Common
when you have
sense.
specific taxes, if the taxes themselves go up, then the volume will go up. And that is also in page 158 of the KPMG report, which the president refused to share with the people of Ghana. So that information was captured but was not shared.
Now, organizers of the planned #Dumsor Must Stop vigil are threatening defiance if the police administration attempts to yet again thwart their protests. It follows the withdrawal of an application that sought to block the vigil from being held at the Revolutionary Square, which is classified as security zone. In court on Friday, the police withdrew the initial application, which was rendered moot after organizers put forward new modalities for the protest. Latif Idris has the rest of the story.
Following the withdrawal of the application here at the court complex, organizers of the Dumsor Must Stop vigil say they are anxiously waiting on the police to have an invitation for them to sit down and agree on the new modalities for the vigil to come off on the newly proposed date.
We'll be waiting for an invitation from the police, inviting us to discuss the modalities for the Dumsor Must Stop vigil. Because the police themselves, they are also bearing the brunt of this Dumsor. The last time we were at the regional police command, there was Dumsor there. It was this lantern that we used. They were groping their hands in the dark, looking for their switch. Yeah. You understand? To switch off the air conditioner there.
On the question of whether or not the police will extend this invitation, the organizers say if the police fail to invite them to agree on the modalities, they will defy them and go ahead with the vigil.
One will be hard put, even if that case comes back to this place. Me, I'm speaking for myself. I would disregard it. That article I quoted, now that constitutional provision of Article 41I, which says that we must always cooperate with the police, with lawful agencies in the maintenance of law and order. Sometimes we must fight fire with fire, because out of chaos comes order. If the invitation never comes, we go ahead to do our thing. We have notified them already. That is what the Public Order Act says. So if the police doesn't give us or invite us for a meeting, then it means that they have breached or they are breaching the Public Order Act, which enjoins them to invite us for a meeting to discuss the modalities for the vigil. So if they don't invite us, we will go ahead and hold our event successfully.
The vigil is now slated for June 8, 2024.
Some politics now. The Nkoranza South Secretariat of the National Democratic Congress has refuted claims that its members attacked the parliamentary candidate of the New Patriotic Party in the ongoing limited voters registration exercise. The party, at a press conference addressed by its constituency communications officer, Ejeni Mbwating, said the NPP's decision to bring non-resident thugs to torment new registrants has been a source of tension since the start of the exercise. Anas Sabit has more.
In a swift response to a recent press conference organized by the New Patriotic Party in the Nkoranza South constituency over an alleged assault on the NPP's parliamentary candidate, the NDC stated that its Member of Parliament, Emmanuel Ajikum, is a peace-loving individual and the party remain committed towards maintaining peace within the constituency.
The NDC in Nkoranza South are peace-loving people who are committed to maintaining the tranquility and unity of our beloved constituency. It is right that this positive attribute of the NDC in Nkoranza South is what has helped us to uplift the image of Nkoranza, as about 80% of all the infrastructure development were embarked on by the NDC under the leadership of Honorable Emmanuel Ajikum, the Member of Parliament.
Constituency Communications Office of the party, Ejeni Mbwating, emphasized that the NPP candidate Harriet Opon's violent nature has contributed to the chaos recorded within the Nkoranza South constituency.
It is unfortunately sad and regrettable that these gains are being waned due to the violent nature of Madam Harriet Oponchiramaten, the parliamentary candidate for the NPP in the Nkoranza South.
They say the NPP's decision to bring non-residents of the area as well as macho men to torment registrants has been the primary source of confusion since the start of the limited voter registration exercise.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, it will be recalled that on the 29th of March this year, which was Good Friday, Madam Harriet Chrematin, upon as usual, went to Nsunisa with her tax. Notable among them is a guy called Pascal. He is moving around brandishing powerful pump action gun, threatening the people always. He is the main cause of confusion and chaos, and these are orchestrated and under the leadership and directorship of Harriet Chrematin Opon, the parliamentary candidate of the NPP.
They want the general public to disregard early allegations made by the NPP and treat it as an attempt to divert attention from the party's misconduct.
The allegations made by the NPP in their recent press release that was addressed by their secretary are entirely fabricated lies. They are uninspiring lies. This desperate attempt to divert attention from their own misconduct.
Ajanim Boatin, also known as Katasco, however, emphasized that the NDC will not allow itself to be intimidated by the NPP and the place, and call on the general public to remain calm and vigilant throughout the registration process.
Me hasten to say that we in the NDC are peace-loving individuals, but we are not cowards. We are not cowards. We are least perturbed by the outmoded political strategy where Harriet is using the police and in the name of we are in government to intimidate our people. We call on all residents of Nkoranza to remain calm and vigilant. The NDC will continue to uphold peace and ensure that our democratic processes are protected from the disruptive tactics of the NPP.
I'm Sabit, Joy News, Nkoranza.
Now, independent candidate for Sunyani East parliamentary elections, Ransford Entry, has said the lack of the expected development influenced the people's call for him to rescue the constituency based on his track record of championing the interest of communities. Now, speaking during a courtesy call on religious leaders in Sunyani to inform them of his intentions, Mr. Entry admitted to the enormity of the task ahead, but said he trusted the people to give him the mandate to represent them and use his well-developed network to drive development. Precious Semevo has more.
Sunyani East constituency is one of the strong seats of the ruling NPP in the Bono region. The current Member of Parliament, Kwesi Acherme, is aiming for a 5th term. But a new face and an old son of Sunyani, Ransford Entry, aims to unseat the incumbent as an independent candidate for the constituency. He said his desire to contest is born out of the constituents' call for a candidate who will prioritize Sunyani's development. He made the remarks after a courtesy call on the Sunyani Traditional Council and the regional chief imam.
Whoever knows me will tell you that I never wanted to do politics. I felt I could do something without necessarily getting involved. But at some point I felt that the calls were so huge that I had to listen. I have built strong network, so I thought that this will benefit my constituency, and I believe that when I have the mandate, I am going to do well as an MP. Growing up, there were people that I grew up with, some traveled abroad and never came back, but I never wanted to leave. I wanted to live and help build this city. Unfortunately, without political power, it's been difficult. So I'm going to throw myself in, and I believe that the people are going to believe in me and give me the mandate.
Ransford Entry said he will offer the kind of leadership that will bring development.
It's never about NPP or NDC, it's about Sunyani. It is not because I feel it is an opportunity to amass wealth. No, I feel it is an opportunity to serve my people. And over the years they have known me. I'm not someone who is selfish, greedy. I have tried to mentor people. I have tried to train people to become entrepreneurs. And I believe that when I become MP, I'm going to offer the leadership that has been lacking over the years to ensure that Sunyani gets its
fair share of the national cake.
Akomuhini of the Sunyani traditional area, Nana Kwaku Sabin said Sunyani indeed deserves a man of NP's track record.
But we need somebody. Here will be. This year, come and fight for us. And I know what you know once you on a waba. Wabadia, dear necessary, Tim Mamulia, as I say, a Chirayado, near the Kukumoti way, but who pay the team at the manor. No.
Precious Semevo Joy News, Sunyani.
While away from politics, Member of Parliament for the West Constituency, Upper West Constituency Superintendent retired Peter Lachine Tubo has expressed worry about the numerous chieftaincy conflicts in the country, stating that it does not augur well for the speedy development of the country, whilst commending the people of Dorimo Traditional Council for peace and tranquility in the area. He urged the newly enskined paramount chief to look into history, learn best practices from the predecessors, and give out his best. Here's Rafiq Salam with more.
Superintendent retired Peter Lachine Tubo's meeting with members of the Dorimo Traditional Council is the first since the enskinment and coronation of the new paramount chief of the area, Na Alhaji Seydou Tungbana Salembile II, last year. The aim is to fraternize with them, listen to their challenges they are facing, and seek their support and blessing for the 2024 general elections.
I am here this morning to re-echo my promise to commit my all to see to it that Wawes improves day by day. The development of Wawes will be seen progressing. And I am here to let you know that that vision hasn't changed. That commitment hasn't changed. I stand by every word that I gave you many days ago. And I'm so glad that today, as a paramount chief of the Dorimo traditional area, you stand in a better position to galvanize support in line with the vision of the development of Wawes, and very particularly the Dorimo traditional area.
He called for collaboration and improved healthy relationship between the chiefs and their subjects to maintain peace in the enclave.
Chieftaincy disputes have created problems in this country, from the south to the north, from the east to the west. But thank God, we don't have any country in this world where, in fact, insecurity is totally zero, or crime rate is zero. But I am proud to say that the security situation in Wawes, the peace and security we are enjoying because of the collaboration between the various stakeholders, including the chiefs, is something I need to applaud all of you for.
Members of the Dorimo Council presented a litany of challenges that they wish, if they are fixed, will better the lives of the people. Key among them are the carving out of a new district for the area from the current Wawes district, deployable roads, and abandoned government projects, including the Dorimo Community Day Senior High School. Now Alhaji Seydou Tungbana Salembile II threw further light on them.
Sometimes my people come to me, they are lamenting because we saw the beginning of this Dolumo-Jambusi road. The contractor cleared the road and we were told he was going to tar up to Jambusi because of the Jambusi water project. But it has been lying there since for the past 7 or so years. Nothing has been done.
Superintendent retired Lachine Tubo also had a similar meeting with members of the Wachau Traditional Council. High-ranking chiefs from the area, including the paramount chief of Wachau, Na Imoru Goma II, were present at the meeting. The concern of the people was generally in the area of security and unemployment. The Wawes legislator spoke to them about his vision for the district.
I will always do my best to ensure that together as a people, collaboratively, we can make Wawes one of the best districts in this country. We will make the people of Wawes some of the people in this country who are really working with that level of dignity. We will command respect across Ghana. And wherever we find ourselves, when you announce your mission and tell people that you are from Wawes, people will bow before you and say, people of Wild West are doing a great job because we are together.
Reporting for Dwayne News, Rafik Salam, watch out.
MP for Wild West, Lanchani Tubodel on the chieftaincy disputes in that part of the country. Let's go to the Ashanti region now, where the Nkoranza Teaching Hospital has taken significant steps towards improving its renal care services with the purchase of 3 new dialysis machines. The equipment procured from the hospital's internally generated funds are being installed amidst growing concerns over the cost of renal services and the scarcity of dialysis facilities in the country. The hospital has also made progress in the construction of hostel facilities to accommodate relatives of long-distance patients on admission. Nana Bwachi Adam has more.
Acquisition of the 3 additional dialysis machines will significantly expand capacity, allowing the Nkoranza Teaching Hospital to treat more patients and reduce wait lists. The purchase of these machines was done through the hospital's internally generated funds. Professor Ochre Adeymensa is the CEO of the hospital.
You would have heard me say in times past that Nkoranza had only 1.5 dialysis machines because we had 2, but one was working at fault. Presently, we have 4 thanks to Springfield. Springfield Oil gave us 2 refurbished ones. I had a conversation with them last night around 10 p.m. and it is likely that they are going to give us 3 more refurbished ones. But the hospital again uses internally generated funds and has purchased 3 brand new dialysis machines, which you saw. The installation is being done. I'm expecting 2 brand new ones, possibly by the end of this month, if not middle of next month, from a company whose permission I do not have to put their name out. But if we have 2 brand new ones added to the 3, we have 5 brand new ones, we already have 4 in place, that makes 9. And if the 3 from Springfield come on board, we'd have a total of 12. But I must, however, say that the new Minister for Health is intent on ensuring that he equips the various health facilities with dialysis machines. And so, for example, there's been a meeting of all the CEOs in the teaching hospitals together with him and some engineers, and he's looking at bringing some more machines to Nkoranza, to Tamale. Tamale presently has 3 or 4, if my memory serves me right, Cape Coast, and then to the newly established Sunyani Teaching Hospital.
The situation of relatives of patients sleeping and camping outside the hospital, often under unfavorable weather conditions, has been a major concern to management. To tackle this issue, CATH initiated the construction of a hostel facility designed specifically to accommodate relatives. Professor Ochre Adeymensa is resolved to see the project's completion.
Much as our core mandate as a hospital does not essentially include the provision of such services for relatives, to the extent that some of these patients would definitely come with relatives because of the state in which they find themselves, it has become necessary for us to make that kind of provision. And so, cognizant of that responsibility, this was entered into with a private contractor and a BOT arrangement for him to build a facility like that would house the relatives who come with such patients. Like I told you, it's about 80% complete. When we have the opportunity to look at it ourselves, we saw the beds that were present, we saw the doors, the floors were done, the tiling had been done. There are a few fixtures that need to be put in place, and once those things are done, I'm sure that we would have use of it.
The hospital has also refurbished its physiotherapy unit to help improve service delivery.
It was in a pretty bad state, but management took the decision that it was possible for us to use part of our internally generated funds to fix it. That has been done, and that has resulted in the very nice edifice you saw when we went round. We initially had a hydrotherapy unit, but is kind of obsolete. It's not being used at the moment, and it's going to cost about $150,000 to fix it. The cost on the return on investment is low, and so what we are intending to do with that space is to change the architecture so that it can now be used for the limb fitting center.
For Joy News, Nana Bwachi Dankwa Yadom, Kumasi.
The Ghana Mental Health Authority is advocating a proactive approach to combating potential breakdowns among office workers. In a recent training session held for staff at the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, Emphasis was placed on the critical role of regular exercise in safeguarding mental well-being. Beyond physical activity, the session also underscored the importance of early diagnosis and intervention in managing mental health challenges effectively. Michael Ashali has more in the following report.
The month of May has been designated as a Mental Health Awareness Month, with Ghana Mental Health Authority leading the charge under the banner of the Purple Month. At a recent event in collaboration with the Economic and Organized Crime Office, staff members were educated on the importance of staying active and incorporating exercise into their daily routines. Dr. Richard Asamoah, a psychiatrist and clinical psychologist, shared insights on the mental health breakdowns and importance of physical activity.
And some of these may include very basic and simple things like changes in your appetite, changes in mood. So when I say appetite, I mean that some people may end up eating more than usual or eating less. Some people may begin to experience some sadness, being more excited than usual. Some may also experience some anxiety symptoms. You may also have changes in sleep pattern. Some people, when they are stressed and they are depressed, may sleep more. Others may also sleep less. So these are some signs of it. You can also have changes in how you interact with people. So talking to people, interacting with them may become limited. Some people may feel more isolated, not feel like talking or coming out to engage with people. So these are all signs of mental health challenges and problems. Sometimes even memory problems can be an evidence of it. Having problems remembering things that you usually would easily remember. Some people will say that for the most part, they are the ones who would remember things and remind people in the family. But recently, they're having memory problems. Poor concentration. So when they have the concentration problems and these memory problems and motivational problems, then sometimes affects your function at work.
Dr. Asamoah also challenged office workers to prioritize exercise in their daily routines.
The first thing is looking at prevention. So we'll talk about preventing it in the first place. Now, this will involve things like having regular rest periods, paying attention to your mental health in the sense that you look at, have some time to have some leisure activities, also be able to have break times when you can rest, think through the day, how have things gone, what can I do to help myself. But beyond that, also we'll be talking about movement, so exercise, very important. Our diet is also a very important part of it. Do not sit and wait for them to get worse. Okay, talk to somebody. There are mental health experts across the country, psychiatrists, psychologists, occupational therapists.
Belinda Momo Mate, head of welfare, health and safety at Iyoko, shared her optimism about the training's impact on staff performance.
So we make it a point that once in every year, we come up and then educate our staff on mental health and the stigma attached to it. Because one way or the other, once you are working, you'll be stressed out among other things. We just want everyone to know that it's normal to at times feel down. A lot of people are going through it. It is not that you are mad. So that is the motivation that we have. That's why every year we try to bring people from the Mental Health Authority to educate our staff on it.
She also advocated for more companies to prioritize employee well-being.
I will advise other institutions to do same, because when officers or your staff are in the right frame of mind, they understand there are no issues. They know where to channel whatever they are feeling through. I think you will have the best out of them.
Some great news to report this afternoon. 3 Joy News journalists have been recognized at the MEG Foundation African Media Recognition Awards held in Accra on Friday. Joy News' assistant editor Himin Teria and broadcast journalist Emmanuel Bright Kweku and Anita Sewajuga were awarded for highlighting women and children's issues. The 3 were among 83 Africans celebrated for stupendous storytelling under the More Than a Mother, Diabetes and Hypertension and special awards. Here's more in this report.
Once a day to appreciate the works and efforts of journalists in West Africa who have led the way in providing the voice for voiceless women and children marginalized by the society. While Ohemin Terrier's Joy News Hotline documentary titled Child Bride, the sad story of minors forced to become wives, was adjudged the overall best in the multimedia category of the award, Bright Kweku and Anita Ajuga jointly came in third in the same category. The duos rescuing the Ghanaian adolescent girl won them the award. The awardees took turns receiving plaques and certificates from Ghana's First Lady, Rebecca Ekufuado, who also doubles as the patron of the MEC Foundation. Mrs. Rebecca Ekufuado is encouraging the winners to continue with their good works in representing the marginalized minority in society.
These awards have promoted the discussion of critical social issues and given young people the opportunity to showcase their talents. I am therefore excited today to meet and recognize our media, fashion, film and song awards winners. I'm also happy that we have previous winners with us. I congratulate you all. Please continue to be the voice of the voiceless through your work.
The MEC Foundation, in partnership with the Rebecca Foundation, has transformed the patient care landscape of Ghana, providing 146 doctors in underserved areas with critical medical specialties such as fertility, cancer, diabetes, cardiology, and others. Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej is the CEO of the MEC Foundation.
Of course, if I tell you that in total, in Africa and in Asia and developing countries, Merck Foundation provided more than 1,010 scholarships for doctors from 52 countries in 42 critical and underserved specialties, which I mentioned. It's a huge number. It is actually a huge milestone. I don't see that any foundation before us or even currently have provided such opportunity to improve access to equitable and quality healthcare solutions and to transform the patient care landscape in Africa.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Now, the sanitation crisis in some senior high schools in the country has negative effects on academic activities. A situation stakeholders are saying calls for urgent attention from relevant authorities. However, in a remarkable display of generosity and commitment to education, philanthropist Richard Kodre Champong and his wife, Joanna Asari Champong, have funded and overseen the completion of essential facilities at their alma mater in Konya Senior High School. The couple has donated a state-of-the-art 12-seater modern washroom facility and renovated a 10-cubicle modern bathhouse for the girls' dormitory. These facilities are valued at $30,000 and were completed in record format and handed over to the school for immediate use. Here's more in this report.
At a brief ceremony held to commemorate the donation, the headmaster of Nkoranza Senior High School, Ms. Ansa Kwabena Moses, expressed profound gratitude to the benefactors while shedding light on the school's present needs. He highlighted the absence of a sick bay, the lack of education management software, and the urgent need for renovation of dormitory blocks.
Permit me to the Bolivar twist today. The school has several other needs that I would like to draw your attention to. The school lacks a sick bay, so we rush students to nearby health facilities. Very deep in the night, at times students have to carry a sick person on their back. There is no education management software to make our work easy. So we are about years behind the clock of digitalization. The girls' dormitory block A and the boys' dormitory block need serious renovation. The boys' washrooms are not functioning, so the bath are the enclosed forecourt of the washroom. The school lacks a picker for the use by administration, so the 26-seater bus is being used for all purposes, making the cost of administration very high and challenging. I am therefore appealing to anyone who could help us in providing for the above main needs. Our doors are open to receive all and sundry.
Addressing concerns about the ongoing conflict between Nkonya and Alavanyo, Moses reassured parents that the school remains a safe haven for education.
Other schools like Rara, KJB, where they are recording 4,000 and all this, Nkosek is even older than those schools. Yes, people have been complaining about the war, but the war has nothing to do with Nkosek. Because if you look at where Nkosek is situated, as far as the Nkonya Light is concerned, it's even not part of the conflict zone. But because people are far, as soon as they hear of Nkonya war, they are thinking that their children are not safe. But I can tell you on authority that even when during that conflict time, there is no way that this school has been attacked, because the school is far from the disputed line or where the fight is going on. And I can tell you that now there is nothing like war. The place is peaceful. Everybody is going about doing his duty.
In an interview with the media, lawyer Richard Kojo Echampo expressed gratitude for the education he received at Nkonya Senior High School. He encouraged other individuals and corporate entities to join hands in supporting educational institutions, emphasizing the collective responsibility to invest in the future of Ghana's youth.
This was the only school that gave me the opportunity to pursue secondary education. So from time to time, I come around and visit my parents. So on the 27th of December, I passed here with my family to see how the school was faring. When we go to the facility that is used by the girls for washing and place of convenience, it was really horrific and heartbreaking. So we decided, my wife and myself decided that, look, there is something that we can do. Nkosek is part of our community. We are part of that community. And so we decided to invest into it to give the girls a clean and safe facility for use. Well, this is just not an amenity, it is a public health issue. Assuming they continue to use the dilapidated facility, it has a lot of health implications, and you do not expect your children or girls to be using something that is not hygienic. So I think it is a problem for the school, and our contribution has alleviated that particular problem. I don't think government alone can resolve all the problems that we have. It is wrong for people to be thinking government has got all the resources to be able to resolve all the problems that we do have in our communities. At the end of the day, this is an institution that we all have to be very proud of. And if we don't invest into it and own it, we cannot be proud of it. And I think that is the driving force for us to do this. And so I'm calling on other NGOs, I'm calling on other individuals who are able to afford it to intervene in resolving some of the pertinent problems that we do have in our community.
Some of the students who were excited also spoke with the media.
It has been tough for us though, but we are grateful that we have gotten new ones, because the old one, it's not easy. At least you always squat to defecate, and we can get infection from it though. No light is also there. We don't feel comfortable when we visit there because there is no light and there is darkness there. And some of the toilets is not good. So we don't feel comfortable when we go there. We find it difficult to visit the ladies when it's night or when it's late, because maybe you might see some snake or something that will bite you, and it's not good for us to go there.
Ivy Setoji, Joy News, Nkonya.
Now, trunks are every boarding student's treasure box. They're symbols of organization, security, and a home away from home. But have you ever wondered about the hands that craft these essential items? Well, Joy Prime's Florence Ahoydegbe caught up with 23-year-old Justice Kwesi Arthur Jr., who inherited the art of trunk manufacturing from her father.
A brief ceremony here to commemorate the donation. The headmaster of Nkonya Senior High School,
I found myself here in Palladium, where craftsmanship runs deep
in the veins of the community. Today I will dive into the age-old tradition of trunk manufacturing, where skills are passed on from generation to generation. Come along.
In the lives of boarding students, trunks are more than just storage containers. For students, a trunk is like a treasure box. It has nearly everything: books, clothes, and other personal effects. In the trunk, students learn how to organize stuff. Meet Justice, a 23-year-old man who learned the trunk-making business from his father. From a young age, Justice has been immersed in the essential pieces for students.
For the trunk business, that's my dad's occupation. So growing up as a kid, I'll follow him here on weekends. Then he'll be like, oh, just do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. Then I'll do it. So I was with him, learning alongside. So after junior high, that's when I came to work with him. Like, I'll follow him every day, come and work with him. Yeah. So even when I go to school as an SHS, when I vacate, when I come back, still be with him. Then after SHS, that's how I got into it. We get a material from the market, that's timber market. That's blue. We get it, buy, then we straight the plate, we mark it. We have a pattern, already made pattern. So we put it on it, mark it, cut it. Then we start molding. So we mold, then they wet, then we come and cover, then they grind it. The boys grind it, then they spray, and we wrap it.
Making trunks is not merely a business. In every box, he builds and welds on his father's legacy with pride. The demand for trunks is especially high during the back-to-school rush, with Justice selling up to 50 trunks a day.
Yeah, so they'll come here, you see them, even if you are far, you see them here, it's like, see them walking here about, playing to people with their mothers, coming in and out, but like it's very busy over here. During that period, we can sell a lot. So generally my dad can sell approximately 70, 80 in a day. If you say you are waiting till that period before you start making, the period will pass and like you're still not finished.
Metal trunks are known for their durability and are preferred over wooden alternatives like chop boxes.
If we don't make the trunks, they don't go to school. I went to boarding school, so I know how it is. People can, with the chop box, people can just break the under. It's just nails. So we just remove the under and then you lift it, then take your things. But with trunks, how it is made, you can't open somewhere like it has been even welded. So it's hard to break things.
Despite studying cinematography, Justice sees the trunk-making business as a stepping stone to realizing his dreams.
I'm a cinematographer. But the plan is gather money here, then invest into my cinematography dreams.
For Justice, there's no shame in his job. Trunk making is a tradition, a decent source of livelihood, and a passion. Florence Ahodagbe for Joy Prime.
Welcome back to Joy Newsroom. Time to bring you some business news. The Made in Ghana Bazaar held at the Accra International Conference Center has emerged as a pivotal event celebrating the entrepreneurial spirit of Ghana. On its second day, the bazaar continued to draw larger crowds and heightened enthusiasm, providing a platform for entrepreneurs to showcase their exceptional craftsmanship and diverse products. Here's more.
The second day of the Made in Ghana Bazaar continued to build on the excitement and success of the opening day, showcasing an impressive array of Ghanaian craftsmanship, culture, and cuisine. The event, held at the Accra International Conference Center, brought together artisans, entrepreneurs, and patrons in a vibrant celebration of Ghanaian ingenuity and heritage. The bazaar saw a notable increase in attendance. Many expressed their delight at the variety and quality of products on display, ranging from traditional textiles and handcrafted jewelry to organic beauty products and artisanal foods. Patrons revealed a strong appreciation for the bazaar's offerings and its role in promoting local businesses.
This is Wasa Wasa. This is the first time I'm coming for the third Made in Ghana bazaar. And then I'm eating Wasa Wasa made by Eat by Noir, and also shea butter for the hair, which is upstairs.
This is my first time experiencing something like this. This is my first time here at Accra Conference Center, and actually I'm really amazed of the things that I'm seeing. Being the fashion student, you know, I have to get exposed to a lot of things to inspire me in my creativity. So, Belly, I've seen a lot of styles and different fabrics that I've not seen before.
Exhibitors expressed satisfaction with the turnout and engagement from patrons.
Yesterday we were able to make some sales and it wasn't bad at all, so we are looking forward to see more.
So far so good. People pass through, some buy, some also because it's a new thing, they want us to tell them more about it. So we try to explain things to them, and it's like, oh wow, this is a good thing.
The Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Kweku Ampratrum Sapong, attended the bazaar and shared his insights. He highlighted the bazaar's role in promoting Ghana's image to the global market.
And bringing all the manufacturers under one umbrella, it has become easier for them to congregate in one area. Interested persons or companies or investors walk in, and then they are able to go to the various stands, engage the manufacturers, see their products, ask the necessary questions, and a great opportunity for maybe business deals to be initiated.
He also emphasized the ministry's support for such initiatives through international partnerships and trade agreements aiming to boost economic diplomacy and attract foreign investment.
As a ministry with the responsibility of opening doors to the external world, we should not only be concentrating on the political issues and political talk, but we should also be looking at the economic side of things.
As the bazaar continues, it promises to strengthen its role as a key platform for economic development and cultural pride.
All right, UBA Ghana has commemorated this year's Africa Union Day with a ceremony held at its head office and other business offices across the country. Here's more. As UBA Ghana marks its 20th anniversary and 75th anniversary of the UBA Group, the financial institution continues to leverage Africa Day to celebrate the continent's unity in diversity and highlight its rich cultural and economic potential. Staff showcase the rich cultural heritage of Africa by dressing in various indigenous attire representing different tribes, ethnic groups, and countries. This year's celebrations featured a range of exciting activities, including a continent-wide competition, the Africa Day Best Dress competition, open to all staff members with prizes of up to $12,000 to be won across the network. UBA Ghana showcased its commitment to boosting trade in Africa through its innovative products and services. Henry Nidote is head of marketing and corporate communications at UBA Ghana.
Brought several products that support trade in Africa. Like UBA Connect. In UBA Connect, you can operate your account in 20 countries as it goes. So we say one account, 20 countries. You can leave Ghana and go to Burkina Faso and draw down on your account that is in Ghana. We facilitate remittance in Africa through our Africash product, where you can send money from Ghana to other parts of Africa, and it's real-time instant. The persons will receive the money in their local currency. We also have the UBA Trade, where we support and facilitate trade across Africa. When you sell your wares in other African countries, the monies can be deposited in your UBA account and you receive the city equivalent right here in Ghana. You don't need to worry about forex losses or currency conversions, because we are indeed the United Bank for Africa, and we unite Africa through the celebration of the Africa Day.
To engage customers, the bank hosted an interactive activity called Spin the Wheel, offering education on African history, food, tourist sites, culture, and the chance to win exciting prizes. Customers of the bank were also treated to some local drinks and snacks as part of the celebrations. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for watching.